happy Sunday! I'm recording this for you on the Sunday because I love you. This is the presentation that little Petey wanted, and me being his lover, I'm kind of obliged to do it. It's called Getting Shit Done Bootcamp Style. So, right, now, some of you know this, some of you don't. I used to be a training and development manager once for a financial services company, and I used to be a freelance training consultant. Now, this presentation will not reflect that. You know who I am. You know I'm a total idiot, so I'm gonna be myself. I'm gonna swear. I'm gonna put some funny videos in. I do a lot of these sorts of things, and this one I'm gonna have a bit of fun with. So please stop this presentation and go back to your knitting and gardening program now if you have no sense of humour or offended by naughty words and naughty pictures. My missus has told me I can't put half these pictures in it, but fuck it, innit? Right, okay. So, you asked me to, I said I wanted to do one of these for you. I do a lot of these anyway, but this is private. This is just for you boot campers. It's for your clients. If you want to share it, you can share it, but only share it with people who can take it, if you know what I mean. What I'm going to talk about is I'm going to talk about motivation, where it comes from, why we lose it, and what we can do to get it back. Your goals, how to set them, how to track them, how to achieve them, and how to get better without worrying about goals. I'll also talk about how attractive I am and how much I love you all, which is standard. Right, okay. What works and what doesn't? Now, I take the piss a lot in boot camp about other exercises, particularly Zumba, Bokwa, and usually when I'm writing articles, I'd be a bit more diplomatic. But really speaking, if you're looking to get toned and lose fat, okay, they can all fuck off. End of the day, slimming clubs only work when you've got a lot of weight to lose, right? I mean, I posted up on I Love Fat Loss and Fitness about Weight Watchers and how the ready meals they do are full of shit. They're full of stabilizers and all that. And people say, well, I lost lots of weight on it. I lost 3 stone. And I was like, right, okay, how's that working out for you now? Where are you to now? Because chances are you can't lose that last stone. And really, that's where we come in. It's all about losing that last stone. If you need to lose a lot of weight, some of you will know this. All you got to do is cut calories. Yeah, if you eat 3 Big Mac meals a day, and then you cut down to 2 Big Mac meals a day, you'll lose weight. Doesn't mean you're healthy, doesn't mean you're going to drop any fat. So really speaking, in the first bit, slimming clubs are great. They all work to start with because they cut calories and they make you more conscious of what you're eating. Okay, after that it starts to get more difficult. That's where the carb cycling comes in, the detoxification comes in, as you all know. Meal replacement is stupid. Okay, slim fast, Complan, all that crap, don't even bother with it. Doing your own thing doesn't even work. Sometimes it does. Lots of people, they follow different programs from different magazines, and it works for a bit and then it doesn't work, and kind of if you measure it over a 3-year period, they're still as fat as when they started. So doing your own thing doesn't work. And finally, everything in moderation is usually spouted by fat people or people with good genetics. Okay, everything in moderation I don't majorly agree with. I think you're either on it or you're not. Okay, anyone who disagrees with me is wrong, for the simple reason being is the people who do the moderation are usually pretty unhealthy. Okay, and if I'm wrong, well, I don't care. Right, so that what's working and what doesn't. Now let's just go into now. Oh, doing the right thing. Yeah, there you go. You're doing it wrong. I take the piss all the time out of running, okay? I'm banning t-shirts. I'm banning the fucking half marathon t-shirts from boot camp. I can't have it. Why? Why do I hate running so much? I hate runners, but then again, I hate everyone. So I hate running. This is why I hate running, okay? Most of you want to get toned. That's what you want. You want a toned physique, you want a six-pack, you want toned arms, you want toned legs, or what have you. Right, now to get more toned, and this is a scientific fact, you can check it out, you need a little bit more testosterone. You need more testosterone to develop that muscle, to give you that toned look. Okay, so running 10Ks, half marathons, etc., burns through the calories that can be well placed to tone muscle. Hence why runners have that skinny fat look. They do. Seriously, look at them. They look like shit. They don't look all tight and toned. They look skinny, but they got a bit of wobble about it. That's because their body is burning through the testosterone at a fucking shit fast rate, and they can't lay down any new muscle, okay? If you're doing HIIT, where you're doing sprints for 20 minutes or so, that's different, okay? That stimulates an anaerobic response, okay? The aerobic response that is done by long distance running just creates a skinny fat look, okay? And all you got to do is look at these long distance runners and think, do I really want a body like that? Okay, this is why I hate running so much. Okay, this is probably why I hate Zumba and the rest of it so much, because it's not the right thing. People think they're doing it, they think they're burning fat, they think they're losing weight, they think they're doing that, but they're not. Scientifically, they are not doing what they think they are. Okay, and if you want to do those sorts of things, if you want to go running, if you want to do Zumba, and if you want to do Bootcamp, that's fine. That's not. I ain't got a problem with that. What I got a problem with is the Zumba people telling you that it burns fat when it actually doesn't. That's what I got a problem with. So, doing the right thing, continue. That is a fucking brilliant picture. Check that out. Who needs a six-pack when you can get it tattooed? That is going to be my next tattoo. This is why we do Bootcamp the way we do it. Some of you know this, some of you don't. But Bootcamp is not just thrown together. Bootcamp is a creation of mine, and it's created in a way that is optimum for burning fat and getting toned, if you stick to it. So Bootcamp is first thing in the morning because you burn fat best at that time. It's called fasted state training. It's when you don't train. You don't train on any food, okay? So because you haven't got any carbohydrates in your body is more likely to delve into the fat for energy. Our main workout, we warm up, but our main workout is only about 45 to 50 minutes, okay? Because you start to secrete cortisol after that time. We do an hour because I like to do mobility with you because I think this is an important thing. You start to secrete cortisol. You start to gain fat around the midsection. This can also happen when we drink a lot of coffee and not sleep and work too hard. So we don't want to secrete cortisol, we want to keep that down. Hence, we do an intense session for 45-50 minutes. Metabolic resistance training, that's what we do. We do, 10 clean and presses, 10 burpees, God knows what. It's metabolic resistance training. It works the muscles and it works the cardiovascular system at the same time. And it gives you the most bang for your buck for toning and fat burning and also all-round fitness that I know as a PT. And also our rep range and our tempo provides as best we can sarcoplasmic hypertrophy. Now sarcoplasmic hypertrophy is one of two, okay? Hypertrophy is basically building muscle, or as you guys would call it, getting toned. Myofibrillar hypertrophy is where you want to build strength, and this is where these guys are lifting very heavy weights for 3 to 4 reps. They get bigger, they don't necessarily get more defined, they get more stronger. Sarcoplasmic hypertrophy is what most people want. Most people want the lean defined look. Hence, that's what we do, okay? So our rep range is usually between, 10, 12 reps, maybe 15 at some points. And really, particularly between the 8 and the 12 reps, that's where sarcoplasmic hypertrophy occurs. That's why we lift. That's why I hope that you lift heavy on each time. And I'm going to be getting some more kettlebells soon so we can continue that fun. So that's do right thing. Now, I just want to go a little bit about, I want to talk a little bit about seriousness. Demotivation, we're going to kind of get into the motivation side of things now. Your demotivation may necessarily be your fault. As some of you know, I've suffered a bit recently from adrenal fatigue syndrome. I'm coming out of it now with a bit of luck. I've changed a few things. But it's where sometimes your body and your mind will not let you achieve your fitness goals. And, I'm not someone, I know I take the piss sometimes and I say man the fuck up, strap on a pair and all that type of thing, but really speaking there are times you can't. I understand this, okay? So things like depression, leptin resistance. I'll just explain leptin resistance. Leptin is a hormone secreted by your white fat cells that tells your brain when it's full. Now, if you've gone through a period of time eating a lot, drinking a lot, taking a lot of calories and all that kind of thing, your body decides to not really work with you, and this comes from cortisol as well. If you start to secrete too much cortisol through stress and things like that, your body will crave carbs, it'll crave sugary foods, it'll crave salty foods, and you won't have the energy to push through and do a hard exercise session, okay? So things like leptin is all about re-establishing your diet. Cortisol is more about re-establishing your diet and your stress and your lifestyle. The other things as well, adrenal fatigue syndrome. This is where you lose a lot of sleep, you work too hard, you push yourself too hard. Your body cannot handle, cannot regulate the adrenal glands properly, and you end up being in a right mess. What I've been getting is if I lift weights on a Monday, sometimes I'll ache for 2 days, and I'm not talking DOMS, I'm talking joint pain. And it's not great. So there are things you can do to get out of it. If any of you get this, you can talk to me about it, but also talk to a doctor. But you also got vitamin deficiencies, anemia and things like that. If you feel too tired all the time to keep motivated, that's the time to sort of maybe go and look to seek a health professional. I mean, I'm not a qualified doctor, but I can kind of point you in the right direction with these things. Right, that's the serious bit done, and there's all Boris done with as well. Let's move on. Okay, so I want to talk about positive thinking. Positive thinking makes you fat, stupid, lazy, and broke. Probably makes you broke, I don't know. And there's old Willy Wonka there. So you train, please tell me your generic motivational quote now. And this is what I think. Ironic because I run a Facebook page that just does this, but still. The people who live life, live life. And the ones that don't post stupid shit on Facebook, okay? I see it every day saying, I am in charge of my own destiny. I work out. What's your excuse and all this bollocks? I know for a fact this person has been overweight and has been overweight for some time, okay? Positive thinking doesn't get you anywhere on its own, okay? Positive thinking plus a plan that works plus consistent action will get you results, okay? So I know I used to say a watered down version of this when I was in the corporate world. Okay, everyone will be like, oh, I'm going to hit bonus this month. I'm going to do this month. Okay, if you want a six pack, if you want defined arms, if you want a ripped chest and all that, you need to think that you can do it for a start. I know you can do it. Have a plan that works and stick to that plan over days. It's pretty simple. People try to make it more complicated, but it's not. That's all it comes down to. But you got to positive thinking on its own doesn't work. You got to have those two things in there too. Right. Like motivation, this is actually quite profound. So make sure you're sitting down. All motivation is self-motivation, okay? As your instructor, as your coach, I cannot motivate you. I know this. I know I can't motivate you, okay? No one could motivate you, okay? Not your boss, not your mum, not anyone. No one can motivate you apart from yourself. All motivation comes from within, okay? I could say everything I do is for Tenzin, my son. That's what I could say, but really speaking, it's not, because I want to be a good parent for me as well. So actually all the motivation is coming from me, if that makes sense. So you need to bear this in mind. Nothing can motivate you, okay? Just because I haven't said well done for doing 10 full press-ups that day, it's not my fault that you're not motivated, okay? Your motivation has got to come from yourself. So your motivation is going to come from, I'm going on holiday in 2 weeks. I want defined triceps. That's why I'm going to do my 10 press-ups, okay? If you tap into that self-motivation and realize that all the motivation you're doing is for yourself, you never need to be worried about anyone else ever again. The other thing, so once you get that around your head, all motivation is self-motivation. No one can motivate you. You can only motivate yourself. The other thing is you're either avoiding looking fat or being unhealthy, being unfit, or you're seeking to look even better or be really healthy or be fitter. Now, the latter is the most positive. Oh, what did I do? Oh, I used to fucking say this in corporate training. Yeah, I used to give the example of Mike Tyson and Arnold Schwarzenegger. Mike Tyson was a kid from Brownsville in New York. He used to he was a bad egg basically, and boxing was a way for him to get out. So all he was doing was avoiding going back to the ghetto that he was from. And every time he fucked up, that's where he ended up. But Arnold Schwarzenegger, he went from bloody Austrian dude to champion bodybuilder to film star to the governator, because he always had a plan. He was always seeking to be better than what he was right then. And who's ended up better? All right, I know he's pissed up recently, but who's ended up better? Generally, yeah. Mike Tyson, he keeps falling down. Arnold Schwarzenegger kind of keeps rising up. You know, who knows? Even with everything that's happened to him, he's still sorting himself out. So the latter is more positive. If you're seeking to go higher, you're going to be getting better results. Okay, you're going to feel more motivated and you're going to feel more positive about it. So, why do we lose it? Why do we lose motivation? It's the $1 million question. What makes us, for 1 minute, be so motivated and not be motivated? I know when I'm motivated, when I was working, when I actually had a job, I was doing, I was working and I wanted to go to the gym lunchtime and I forgot my kit. So I actually went to the shop and bought myself trainers, shorts, t-shirt, a towel and some shower gels just so I can go and do one workout. That's what I'm like when I'm motivated. When I'm unmotivated, I actually work in a studio, I've worked in a gym before, and I still don't work out, okay? So that's how powerful that motivation is to work out. It's got nothing to do with not having time. It's got nothing to do with not knowing what to do, okay? If you want it bad enough, you will find a way. If you don't, you will find an excuse. Okay, so this is why we lose it. Okay, the first thing, and I agree with this all the time, we don't want it enough in the first place. We don't want enough, and we never did. Okay? If you want something bad enough, you will do it, regardless of whatever gets in your way, okay? So we lose it because we don't want it, okay? And this is where you got to question what it is you want, okay? Is it unrealistic for you, or are you not sure what you want, or what? Okay, so you need to know what it is you want. Okay, a lot of you guys, you kind of come to boot camp, you don't really know what you're trying to achieve. You want to be fitter, yeah, great, that's fine. But what does fitter mean? Does it mean doing 100 press-ups in a minute? Does it mean doing 60 sit-ups in a minute? Yeah, what does that mean? What does that fitness mean? You talk about weight loss. How much weight is it that you lost? And I think it's all fucking bollocks anyway. I think weight loss just drives me at the wall. Just chuck your scales out, man. Reason being is your scales. What do the scales say? The scales doesn't say how great person you are. Your scales doesn't say that you can come out with us on a boot camp night out and have a great time. It doesn't say and this is getting to the body composition point of view. It doesn't say that you've how much fat you're losing or how good you look. Yeah, it doesn't say any of that. So what I would say is don't put all your don't put all your eggs or don't put all your tabs on losing weight. Okay, it doesn't say how much of a good person you are. Okay, put more of your tabs on things like how you feel, how you look, and my favorite is compliments. What compliments are you getting from other people? Okay, but the main thing is, as long as you feel good, as long as you feel confident, as long as you feel sexy, it's all fine, isn't it? Don't worry about it. Okay, so where was I? I've gone off a tangent again. The other thing is we don't care. Okay, if you don't care, you lose motivation. Things that we talk about for physiological reasons like fatigue, injury, illness, cortisol secretion. We've already spoken about that in the dead serious bit. Psychological reasons, and this is real. Fear of success is a real thing. Okay. Because what happens if you got if you're in a bunch of if you're friends with a bunch of ladies and you all whinge about your weight and you're all going on your diets and all that kind of stuff, then all of a sudden you do boot camp and you stick to the diet, you stick to the exercises, and you get ripped. How is that going to affect the relationship with this group of friends that you're so close with? Okay, fear of success. I never believed it. But fear of success is a big thing. When I set up my own business, I've lost a lot of friends. I've taken a lot of shit for it. When I left Bridgend as a 18-year-old bloody thug, I lost a lot of friends. They all thought I got above my station, and I had to walk away from them. Fear of success is a big thing, and it holds you back on things. The other thing is self-worth. Sometimes we don't feel that we deserve it. We don't deserve to be successful. We don't deserve to look good. Okay? It's total bollocks, but you've got to work this sort of stuff out of your head. The other thing is family and friends being pricks. How many of you get people saying to you, "Oh, you got nothing to lose. Go on. It won't hurt. You know, everything in moderation." Or you're getting obsessed with it. Just tell them to fuck off, man. You're trying to be the best that you can be. Okay? You don't need that shit. Alright, but these are the things that can hold us back and say, well, and then we talk ourselves out of it, okay? Your voice, your internal voice has to be louder than the rest of them, those dickheads talking outside of it. The other thing is we lose sight of it. You know, shit happens, doesn't it? And we lose sight of our motivation. So we need to set good goals and be constantly reminded of that. So I'm loving these pictures. How do we get it back? Okay, so how do we get motivation back? Okay, the first thing you need to do is know. You need to know what you are trying to do and what it means for you. Okay, that's the first thing. Okay, what are you trying to do and what does it mean to you? If you're trying to get a six-pack, what does it mean to you? I'm on a thing at the minute. Now I've got this adrenal fatigue under control, I hope. I'm going to do a fitness model shoot. That's my next fitness related goal. Okay, now if I do this, that means I can launch a new program and charge a lot of money for it. So that's what I'm doing it for. So the first thing is do it for something. There's got to be a reason why you are doing it. Okay, are you doing it for a holiday? Are you doing it for yourself? Are you doing it for your kids? Whatever it is personal. That's what you need to do. The other thing is you need to adopt a healthy diet. Okay, it's surprising. Food is the best form of medicine or the slowest form of poison. If you have a healthy diet, you think more clearly, you sleep better, you have more energy. Okay, adopt a healthy diet. There's no excuse for this now, guys. I'm putting these diet things up on Facebook, okay? You're getting it as part of your boot camp, so take advantage, please. The other thing, work with positive people that have walked the same path as you are, okay? Boot camp, we do this all the time. You know, there can be up to 15 of us in there. We're all pushing towards the same thing. Right now, I'm paying £347 a month to someone who is helping me grow the business better. Trying to make it better for you, okay? Because that's what I like to do. I like to work with positive people that have walked the same path. This is why I'm putting these bloody stupid pictures in there and I'm swearing a lot, because I know you guys can handle it. And at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. The other thing is keep doing, not trying, okay? When you try to do something, you fail, okay? Don't try to do anything. Do it. Just do what's required and do it. Don't try. And like I said, tell all negative people to piss off. Simple. Okay, there's no need for it. Right, you probably all heard of the goal setting: SMART, specific, measurable, agreed, realistic, and timed. That's boring, so I've invented my own goal setting acronym called TWAT. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna adopt the TWAT method. The first thing, the first thing is time limit. Okay, when are you gonna lose this fat? Okay, when are you gonna get a six pack? When by? Put a time limit on it. Okay, otherwise you just kind of go forward and it doesn't really, nothing happens. Why? Why do you want this so bad? Okay, there's no, you have to know why you want to do it. Okay, otherwise you're just chasing nothing, aren't you? Action! Fuck's sake, strap on a pair and do it. There's enough divas whinging and whining in the world. So if you're physically able, if you're psychologically able to do it, don't be a diva, don't be a whiner. Get on and do it. None of you are like that in boot camp, and that's why I love it so much. That's why we do it. Well, another reason why we do it early in the morning is because you kind of get rid of a lot of the idiots who are like, oh, I can't get up. That's good. Piss off, stay in bed and stay fat. See, take fucking action. Don't do what you feel. Do what's required, okay? I could pussyfoot you and rah, 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 but you do, at some stage, have to get off your ass and put the work in, okay? The sooner you do it, the sooner you're going to get your goal. Simple as that, okay? That's your goal. The main thing, though, guys, with motivation is you need to have a very clear understanding of what it is you want and why you are doing it, okay? The rest will follow in suit. My motivation has taken a massive kick up the ass yesterday morning, in fact. I'll tell you about it in good time. But that is my main theory on the whole thing, okay? Or with motivation, it's all going to be motivation. All motivation is self-motivation, and you're either pushing towards something good or running away from something bad, okay? You need to know what it is you want and why you are doing it. You need a time limit, and then you've got to fucking just do it, man. Okay, that is how you get places. So thank you, and I just want to remind you, refer your friends. You get 50% off the next month. So today, your newbies only get a free trial. I'm not having any freeloaders turn up, just nicking free, taking food out of my baby's mouth. Watch the Facebook group. I'm going to post up some help for you on how to get more referrals, and I might even post some stuff on motivation. I hope you've enjoyed this. I love you all dearly. Big kiss, and I will see you at boot camp. Peace!